been a minute since I filmed an Ask Kate, so I'm back today with another one. I can't remember the last time I did this, so we're just going to jump right into it. My goal this year is to be a little bit more snappy in my videos, so less intro, less chat, just get into the actual content. So I'm scrolling to the back of my Twitter feed. Last night I posted, alright, here we go, that I'm doing an Ask Kate. So I'm just going to go through anything I see. What do you think of yes to beauty products? So that's like the yes to carrots or yes to cucumbers. If my memory serves me, I tried a yes to cucumbers under eye serum a long time ago, a couple of years ago. And it was fine. It didn't blow me away, but it was fine. My top 5 brushes and favorite part of being a mom of boys. So my top 5 brushes, I'm assuming you're talking about makeup brushes because I don't talk about hair brushes very much. Anything from the Sonia Kashuk collection. So, man, top 5 is really hard. Any of her brushes. I know that doesn't give you a specific answer, but I've always been so thrilled with any of her brushes. And then my favorite part of being a mom of boys, well, I don't know any different because I've only had boys. I'm surprised at how much I enjoy playing with cars. David is so into cars. At all times, he has 4 Hot Wheels cars in his hand. So he'll hold 2, and then he'll go around and cars, other cars, and then get 2 more. So he has 2 and 2, and it takes like the maximum capacity of his grasp. But he always has 4, and he just walks around with them. It's so cute. So that's fun. And Luke now, I mean, he doesn't really know what a car is, I don't think, but he's playing with David's toys, and so he'll handle the cars and turn them over and play with like the ladder on the fire truck. So I don't know, I guess that's my favorite. Like I said, I don't have girls. I have friends with girls, and so I like doing girly things like tea parties or coloring, or we color with the boys too, but or more David right now, but yeah, I guess playing with cars. We have a little bridge that we send all the cars down on, and so that's fun to watch them all race, and David loves it. So I feel like I would enjoy playing with whatever my kid, girl or boy, is into and just see them get excited about it. Do you have any tips or favorite products for keeping nail cuticles moisturized in the winter? I don't have, I mean, I just use hand cream all day. My hands are so dry. There is a product by Julep called Cuticle Oil. It's pretty straightforward. And it's in a roller ball. And so often when I'm sitting at my computer working, I'll take that little roller ball and I'll just go around my cuticles. And then I'll just keep typing, and I'll leave the cuticle oil just sitting on top of my cuticles and waiting for it to soak in. So you could put cuticle oil on and then put hand lotion over top of it and rub it in. Or you can just let the oil sit on top there. So cuticle oil will go a little bit further than a lotion in softening that area, but just regular hand cream or using hand cream on the regular is the best thing you can do. Tips for heavy hair that doesn't get lift or volume and always looks flat. You have to find a volumizing product, but I know what you're talking about when you say heavy hair, and that is a true challenge. The right haircut can go a long way, even if that's creating, like if you don't want a heavily layered haircut, something like surface layering may help lift up like the outer parts of your hair. Talk to your stylist and see, because she or he knows your hair type best, and they could direct you better than I could, not ever feeling your hair. Someone just wrote setting powder with exclamation points, so I'm not sure what the question is. My favorite setting powder? I like the Makeup Forever HD setting powder for a translucent powder. I guess that's what that's the way I took it. Will you be doing more hair classes? Charlotte is a great area. I'm actually coming to Charlotte in April, so I'm going to see if I have time to do a hair class or 2 there. So I'll keep you posted. Follow on Instagram. That's normally where I talk about it. Have you ever tried Clinique's 3-step skin? Oh, hi. Hi. Grits is here. 3-step skincare. What did you think? I used it a long time ago, and it didn't work for me. It broke me out more. But that was 2007. It was a long time. No. Yes. Ow. Forgot to cut your nails. I'm not good about keeping these cats' nails cut, but they need them cut. So I don't know how it would work for me now. I normally am pretty wishy-washy about Clinique, but man, I used their brightening mask recently, which you may have seen on an older post. Whew, stuff was good. So now I'm like, Clinique, what else do you have? Someone asked to hear my engagement story. I don't know. I guess I've never really talked about that. Maybe I'll write that up. It's not particularly interesting. I mean, it's special to me, but I don't know, maybe I'll write about it. How long should you keep your styling tools for? I have a GHD that's 10 plus years old. That's a new word. Old. As long as it works, girl. They don't like expire. Just keep it clean, and if it works, keep using it. It's not like makeup where it goes bad. Okay, let me see here. What can I answer? Man, Rachel Beckert asked on Twitter, any products for dry, flaky skin on the face? I am having that issue, and I cannot combat it. I have endless flaky skin around my nose and between my eyebrows. Kind of a strange location for that. And no matter what I do to it, it will not stay hydrated. I will exfoliate and put on like a deep hydration cream or oil or anything, and I will always end up with patches in the morning. So I am really stumped. I've never had a persistent issue like that. I've always had dryness, but it is just persistent. So I'm working on trying to find a solution, and if I figure it out, I will do an entire blog post about it because it will change my face's life. My favorite dark spot corrector Beth asked. I've been using the Clinique dark spot corrector. I don't know if I would put it in a favorite yet because I haven't seen like amazing results. I think I've seen lightening of the dark spots, but these dark spot products take a really long time, like months, to see a big difference. So that's the one I'm working on. How about that? I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's the one that I'm working on right now. Okay, I'm gonna click over to Facebook. Blog, scroll. Okay. My eyeliner ends up rubbing off on my eyelids during the middle of the day. My eyelids get really oily looking. Can I fix this? You can. Eyelid primer. Smashbox makes a good eyelid primer. I use MAC's Paint Pot in Painterly, but that's like a creamy, sort of like a cream eyeshadow base. There's a lot of eye primers that are just a clear serum. You are literally stabbing my legs with your nails? Okay. Alright. Honestly, if I put Grits in like the Solly baby wrap, his life would be made because I would just carry him around all day. I feel like, who's that one? Who's that rapper? CeeLo Green? He has his little white cat, Mr. Something, always on his lap. Okay, you don't have to answer. This is from Laura Isabel. You don't have to answer if it's too personal, but were there any medical reasons for having both boys via C-section? I'm just curious because I work in the field. I've talked about this before. I had David via C-section because he was breech, and I didn't want to go through the process of potentially flipping him. For me, the decision was easy because the rate of success with flipping, according to my doctors, was not high enough for me to take that risk. So David was C-section because he was breech, and then Luke was just a repeat because that was, for me, an incredibly smooth process with very fast recovery. And since I knew I was going home to a 14-month-old, I couldn't help but go for what I knew happened just like a year prior. And so, yeah. Now, it's funny. I've always been like okay with that. And as I'm getting older, Justin and I haven't talked about kind of the plan for our family. But if I were to get pregnant again, I have to say I'm kind of intrigued about the whole vaginal delivery option. That's right, I just said vaginal. Now, a lot of that scares me. And I have a lot of friends that have had incredibly rough experiences. I've I also have a lot of friends that have had really great, easy experiences. So you just don't know. Every pregnancy is different. Every birth is different. But for the first time, I'd say in the last 6 months or so, I've just thought, man, if that ever happens for me again, if I'm ever pregnant again, and if we want to have a third, I really would think about what I wanted to do next. Because if you have a C-section, I think almost every time you can opt to have another. But I would maybe think a little bit harder about going the other route just to see and experience it. But that also sounds terrifying, so I don't know. Okay. Best dry shampoo for thin hair, but a lot of it. So a lot of thin hair. Well, I mean, the best dry shampoo right now for me is the Living Proof dry shampoo, no matter what your texture is. So give that a shot. Are there any tips or tricks for growing hair out long? Keeping it really healthy is the best thing you can do. Regular trims, but you can stretch those out a little bit if you're working on keeping it healthy by doing deep conditioners and such. And make sure when you go to, if you're trying to grow your hair out and you go to get a trim, make sure your stylist is doing an actual trim, not taking like a half an inch off. You can go and get just your ends. I used to, when I did hair, I used to say like just dust the ends off, just the very bare minimum, so it was a fresh, blunt finish, but I didn't necessarily take off a ton of length, and you'd be surprised at how far that would go in feeling like a fresh haircut. Alright, someone else asked about my favorite, same person asked about the favorite dark spot, so answered that already. Let's see here. This is a good one, and then I might wrap it up after this. What is the best way or best products to keep makeup on all day? Mine seems to melt by lunchtime. A post-makeup application setting spray. Urban Decay makes one not up all night spray. I'm not sure of the exact name, clearly. But Urban Decay makes a setting spray that is kind of a cult favorite. In fact, my sister, I'm fairly certain it was the makeup setting spray that she talked about. She just talked about an Urban Decay spray product. It has to be the setting spray. Her blog is thelaurenelizabeth.com. You can go check that out. I think she gives like a brief review of it there. I don't typically use makeup setting sprays. I don't need them because my skin's dry. And it just, I don't know, I just haven't found that I need it. But try a setting spray. That'll help a lot. And perhaps a primer. That may help as well. Alright, last question. I flipped back over to Twitter because right before I started filming this, I went on Snapchat and said that I was. What do you recommend to help remove buildup from your hair? A clarifying shampoo. But a clarifying shampoo can be a little rough on your hair color depending on how your hair is colored. Hi. Stay. I'm just readjusting. Okay. I don't know why I wear black. I'm covered in cat hair. It's worth it for you though. A clarifying shampoo can strip your color. And oftentimes when that sentence is spoken, people imagine they're like going into the shower with brown hair, using a clarifying shampoo and coming out as a blonde. Like, it's not going to be that severe, but it can take away the vibrance and maybe reflection of colored hair. If you don't have colored hair, it's a non-issue. Clarifying shampoos can also be a bit drying, so make sure you follow up with a really good conditioner. However, that is the best way to remove buildup. Also, if you're the type of person that goes 2, 3, 9 days between washing your hair, you could probably afford to shampoo twice when you're in the shower, when you actually do end up finally washing it. In beauty school, like the standard routine for shampooing your client was to do 2 shampoos, because the first one would remove any products you used or just kind of surface residue, and then you'd rinse that out and you do a second shampoo, and that one would always suds up a bunch more because that would be removing like deep down dirt or oil and really cleaning the hair off, and then you'd follow with conditioner. So if you find that buildup is a repeat issue for you, or like I said, you go several days between shampooing, instead of doing a clarifying shampoo, if you fear that that's going to wreck your color or just be a little bit too drying, by the way, Redken's clarifying shampoo is really great. Okay, just shampoo twice. Like a really good, never scratch your scalp with your fingernails, that's too rough on your scalp, but use the pads of your fingers and just do a really good shampoo. Nothing beats a stylist washing your hair. Am I right? Oh, That's the one thing I miss about getting my hair done by a professional, because I just do it myself. I wish I could find someone to do it, but is the shampoo. That's good. My dad, in fact, who has like no hair, also talks about shampoos. He's like, I still like when they wash my head, even though I don't have any hair. Like, I appreciate that because it still feels good. So anyway, that's the best way to remove buildup. So, okay, I answered a handful of random questions. It's good to be back doing a unscripted, just spew answers from the inmost depths of my brain on this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I may be trying to do these monthly. If you do have a question throughout the month, even if I haven't prompted on Twitter or Facebook, just use hashtag AskKate in your comment or question that you share, either on Facebook or Twitter, and I will go back and look at that hashtag when I film the next one. This one I just didn't really give much notice. So anyway, are we jumping up again? No. Okay. So if I answered your question, I hope it helps. If you asked one, thank you. You're the reason I'm doing these. I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching. Hi. Okay, now I have to get up. I'm so sorry. Bad timing on that one. Oh, please. Ow! Okay, you need a manicure.